All right, T-Bags, we back on 2K. Come on now. The season over with. It's coming to an end. We got 6 games left. You know what I'm saying? Let's go ahead and get this shit over with. I'm going to do my last 2 drills in my next video. I'm going to play 3 games. Next one, do my 2 drills, play those last 3 games. See what team's scouting me. See where can I
Now
go.
let's take a moment for this Sprite
Because this shit
ice-cold
ain't cutting
keys
it.
to the
Barry
game.
back on the
Clark,
bench,
right now let's
bro.
take a look
That
at the
shit is
Spurs.
not
What will
cool.
be the key for them?
They need to try to disrupt Jason Kidd. The
Fuck
leading assist
Jason
man
Kidd,
in the
bro.
NBA,
Fuck the
he's at the helm
Mavericks.
offensively.
Fuck
He
the
runs the show.
Spurs, and
But
fuck
the
Tony Parker.
difficulty is if you play the pass, then he's going to get baskets too.
And Dallas has possession.
Great execution on the inbound play, and they get the basket.
Here's Nixon. It's hauled in by Ginobili. Mavericks on D. Want to keep rolling here following the win against Memphis.
I love what I saw from their offense. Not that their defense was bad. As a matter of fact, it was pretty good as well. But good plays, well executed, especially on offense, that was the difference.
Here's Kidd following the basket by Tim Duncan. Dirk nails the easy jumper.
Kicked it to the right guy at the right time. That's a good pass.
Here's Parker. 9 points last game. Here's
What the
Jefferson.
hell? Oh, you didn't use my screen, dumbass.
The rejection by Nowitzki. To Howard. Here's Nixon. The shot is off. Well, the Spurs will take it the other way. They come into this
No, I
one
was trying to give it to
having outplayed the
Ginobili.
Magic last game.
You know, so many times it's not what your team accomplishes, but what the other guys lack. They took
Come on now.
advantage of
Easy
a
work.
poor
Witness me.
offensive outing, playing well enough themselves to come out on top.
And so here is Dallas following the bucket by the Spurs. Kidd. No luck on the three-point attempt.
With that, they find themselves missing on 4 of their first 5 shot attempts. That's not a good start. Actually, it's a bad start for them.
Ginobili with the ball. His last outing, he had 8 points. Knocked down the
Witness me.
trifecta. He's got 7.
They start off shooting 80% from the field after that last one. That's a great start for them.
Nowitzki a screen. Here's Terry. Can't answer back with his own 3.
Anytime a guy scores on you, it's natural that you want to go right back at him. But he couldn't match that last 3.
Come on,
Here's
clean it up.
Magician.
Clean it up,
On the
me.
layup.
They're really doing a nice job, a really good job of getting everything they want in this quarter. Just
Come
good,
on now.
solid basketball.
Hey, I ain't said this in a
Dallas
minute because I
calls
ain't been
their
feeling
first
it.
time out of the game.
But it's time to bask in my glory or burn in my light.
Marion is in it powerful. Here's Kidd. Playing Memphis, he was nearly unstoppable.
Ain't been really feeling all glorious.
Howard to end the run. Graceful finish.
Effort, soft layup. Nice play.
San Antonio
Y'all
leading.
can continue to bask in my glory or burn in my light. Nothing has changed. Who are you throwing that oop to?
And Jefferson gets it to go. And the story we've seen here from the field, impressive shooting, getting off to a tremendous start.
Boy, Kevin, this is the kind of offensive rhythm that can set you on a nice course. I mean, they definitely want to keep that momentum going.
And here is Howard. His last outing with 20 points.
The defense is looking to give him that one every time. Just not a good mid-range jump shooter.
Magician, Terry covering, leads him with the pass. Here's Jefferson, nails it from close range.
This is how they built an early lead, a relentless and punishing inside game.
Dirk from short range, finishes with the soft touch.
He's just so gifted offensively. He's a tough guy to match up with.
Here comes Parker, averaging 9 points per contest. Duncan down
Fuck.
low. He's working on Nowitzki.
Come on, pass where you get caught,
And
nigga.
here is Jefferson. Here's Ginobili.
He's definitely in the paint.
Kept alive. Duncan hooking off the offensive rebound.
They've been unstoppable. What a strong start.
And the Mavericks call time here. Victory eluded them last time in San Antonio when they took on the Spurs.
I think they fell short on the defensive side of the ball at that end of the
Back on
floor.
court.
I think had they played a little tougher,
And here is Howard. Stolen by the Spurs. And let's check out tomorrow night. We'll see Tim Duncan and the San Antonio
Let's go.
Spurs
Buckets and
will
assists.
face the Celtics
Let's get
out in
my
Boston.
steal.
That one's scheduled for a tip-off at 7:30 Eastern.
they're a lot of fun to watch right now.
You're right. And Dallas has possession after the basket by San Antonio. Here's Howard. Tim Duncan with the rebound. Here comes Parker. 15-point game. Here's Magician. Blocked. Great play by Mary. Nowitzki inside. Flips it in off the sweet pick. He has 6.
Defender couldn't get around the pick, and his help didn't show up in
Get your damn
time.
hands up.
Nice play for the layup right there.
To Ginobili. Jacks up the triple. And the rebound goes to Nowitzki. And here we go with Jason Tatum. Still looking to get on the scoreboard. Dirk gets in close. Lays it in. Sweet time to lead into the rack.
Just like they drew it up in practice, Kevin. Sweet dish inside.
And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game. Let's check out the leaders in field goal percentage as a team. You look at San Antonio, the most efficient team in the NBA in terms of scoring.
They have a lot of outstanding shooters on this team, and they're really disciplined. That's what you like to see. They don't take a bunch of bad shots. This team gets the shots they want, and they've got a lot of shooters that can knock them down.
Mavericks on D.
Ain't no
In the
fucking way.
second quarter, they've given up just 3 points.
You have to play smart with the ball in your hand.
Man, shut the fuck up. It was not a bad
And here
pass.
is Nowitzki. Nixon
Nigga just let it
hits
go.
the 15-footer. Nice bucket by the rookie out of Seton Hall.
I tell you what, coach doesn't encourage him to take those,
Why they
but
never
everything's
stop running?
forgiven when they drop.
Stupid.
Scooped up.
It wasn't no bad shot, bro. If I
Here's
would have been able to
Jefferson.
keep running
Connects on the
instead of
baseline
stopping to
jumper.
catch that pass, like that's so
He's got
dumb.
6.
I don't know what
Here
that
comes
mechanic
Kidd.
is, but
His last outing, he had 8
either they
points.
gonna make me stop running or they gonna make me turn around, which is fucking retarded.
6 seconds to shoot. Here's Nixon. Kisses it off the glass and in.
Great pick there. The defender was stopped in his track, and it freed up the easy basket.
And here's what's coming up next Monday. It'll be Kevin Garnett and the Boston Celtics. And they'll take on the Magic at Amway Arena. That game gets going at 6 o'clock Eastern.
It'll be fun to watch.
And so here is Dallas after the miss by San Antonio. Nowitzki backs him down. From down low, hits the jumper. 10 points for him.
I like the job they're doing. A much better job of getting him involved in the offense here in the second quarter.
Get the fuck up from me.
To Duncan. To the middle. Thompson nails the bank shot.
They're giving up too much height on that matchup. He can just shoot right over him.
And the Mavericks call time here. Let's check out the standings in the Western Conference and see how the playoff race is shaping up. Look at San Antonio. It hasn't been a great season for them. We may see some changes
Oh
in the
shit,
offseason.
we moved up to
And
11.
of course the Mavericks. They're down 4 spots from them.
You know, anytime you face your rival, Kevin, you have no problem at all getting up for the game. I mean, you're ramped up more than normal. There's bad history typically, there's some love-hate relationship, but there's also admiration and respect, and the desire to beat that team more than others.
Here's Terry. The shot, no good. Well, the Spurs will take it the other way. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Here's Magician on the paint. Lays it right in. He's got 13.
Easy
Everybody really
look in the
stopping me on
paint.
the 1v1s.
Defense got abused there.
You gonna catch me on a bad angle? Yeah, maybe.
Howard at the charge, and that's his first foul. Let's see what the Dallas Mavericks have coming up. They get to take on the Heat at Miami after this one. That'll be just one game played away from home for them. Magician really has his fingerprints all over this one.
He's really been a factor early on. Having a player come off the bench and produce like this is really a plus for a coach.
As a player, do you have to have a different mindset when you're coming off the bench, or do you just go out and try to contribute?
I think he's not the guy you would expect to compete in the dunk contest, but he can still throw it down when he needs to.
Bro, shut up and talk about me. Didn't I just say I'm a starter?
From close range.
So let's talk about how I need to go to another team.
Defense left him just a little window to get through, and he just ducked in for the layup. Terrific job.
2-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Magician. And the rebound goes to Jason Terry. And here we go with Jason Terry. We saw him with 19 points his last outing. Over Jefferson. And the shot is good from Nowitzki.
They're doing a much better job of getting the ball in the basket right here. I mean, they're still trailing, but the momentum they have, if they can maintain that, they've got a chance. The Spurs have been on the scoring tear, Kevin.
Yeah, they've really been hot. And that concludes the first half. The score, 32-23. And now the T-Mobile halftime report. Let's now take a look at the team stats for the first half. Well, the second half will begin in just a few moments.
That triple-double I was trying to get the last time I was on. Other day.
Here's Parker.
Probably realistically won't get one.
And so here is San Antonio. 9-point game. Here's Ginobili. Hits the tray. He's got 6.
Why anyone would want to leave this guy alone deep is beyond me.
Out on the sideline, Cheryl had a chance to speak with Coach Rick Carlisle. Cheryl?
Hey, Kev, he had several harsh criticisms for every player on the team. The other team doesn't seem to miss a shot. He wants his team to contest the shot and step up the defensive pressure. Now back to our play-by-play analysis. Kevin and Clark?
Thank you, Cheryl. Drilled in by Magician.
He's got a sky-high field goal percentage, and that's because he's been working to get good looks.
Terry. And here is Nowitzki. To the paint. Howard. Gibbs leads the game in assists.
That makes it 4 for 5 to start the third. Really coming out of halftime looking to get a big jump on the
I crossed him on that weak-ass move.
Duncan down low. The dump off to number 7. To the elbow. The Spurs maintains possession. We've got a moment to see the league leaders in steals. You take a look at
steal
Kidd,
or a block?
5th in the NBA, very crafty player.
What makes him one of the very best at coming up with steals, he's got the long reach, the long arms, but he's got quickness and anticipation as well. And it's one thing to have those ingredients, but it's another to use them smartly at the defensive end of the floor. And for a coach to have a guy like this, it really frees you up. You just let this guy roam, and he's going to make plays for you at the defensive end.
And it's the Spurs with the
Get
ball.
out my way, little man.
The biggest lead of the game.
Then I say get out my way.
Magician gets called for the reach, and that's his first foul. The Mavericks can trim it to single digits. Nowitzki a screen. Here's Terry. It's good. Sweet touch by the 12-year veteran out of Arizona. San Antonio leading.
Oh my
Stripped
God.
it away.
Every guy's dribble move I did.
Here's Terry. The shot misses. Now San Antonio the other way. Magician kept alive.
No way I missed.
Here's Ginobili. Off the mark with the 3 ball.
He's had some problems finding the range here in this quarter.
Magician is tagged with the reach. That's foul number 2 for him. Here's Kidd, averaging 6 points per contest. To Nowitzki. Nowitzki, 6 seconds to shoot. Here's Kidd. The tray. Magician yanks it down.
Get the fuck
They're
off.
the Spurs with the ball. They're leading by 8.
Come on now. Easy
And
work.
hits.
Witness me.
17 points in the game.
When you can make adjustments to the shot in midair and midstream and still knock it down, you know you're flowing.
Here's Kidd. Terry with it. He's against Gooden. The jump hook. It's rebounded by Richard Jefferson.
This is one of the key reasons why they're losing. You have to get more production out of your core star players.
One event to look forward to will be next Friday. We'll see Kobe Bryant and the Los Angeles Lakers. The Los Angeles Clippers come into town. It all gets underway at 7 o'clock Eastern.
This should be a good game.
He gets them both.
Boy, Tony Parker, the thing that jumps out at you is his ability to score in the paint. But he's really added a nice jump shot to his repertoire as well. He can make threes. He doesn't like to shoot a lot of them, but the mid-range jump shot he possesses now makes him one of the premier scoring point guards in the league. An ideal time to go 2 for 1. Every possession counts.
Magician to the low block. Here's Jefferson. Answers right back with a 3 of his own. He's got 9.
Classic case of one good three deserves another.
To Dirk. The turnover by Dallas. And a quick look now at how San Antonio's schedule is shaping up. It's off to Boston for them after this game as they take on the Celtics. That will conclude their brief 2-game road trip.
Put me back on the court.
Ginobili with the ball.
God dang.
150 after the fourth. Got a piece of it. And here is Nowitzki dunking on him.
Healthy lead, and with smart
If
play
I
the rest
stay
of the way,
here,
they should be able
I
to
know
win.
for a fact we could win a ring next year, but I'm not going to
Smooth
stay
sailing
here.
for San Antonio. 17-point game. Duncan inside. He's against Nowitzki. Duncan with the bucket.
Put a fork in him, Kevin. This one's over.
Kidd with an assist. This
Unless
trip up would have
Tony
10
Parker
for the
get
game.
injured again, or like Ginobili or Tim Duncan.
To the
If one of
wing.
them go down for the, or get traded or some shit, then you know. Let me just go
And
ahead and
here.
eliminate myself from the
No
situation.
good. Now San Antonio the other way.
And I really like the way they've controlled the paint here in this ball game.
Here's Duncan inside. Graceful finish. Coach Carlisle signals for a timeout. They're behind by 21.
Bro, the game over with.
106
Just call the timeout.
left in the game. We see the Mavericks making some changes.
And why am I back on the bench? What the hell? Put me back on the court. That's what I'm talking
Here's
about, bro.
Kidd.
I'm already
He's got 5.
went from a starter to a bench warmer, and now y'all taking my minutes away from me too. Like, come on.
And so here is Dallas. Here's Magician. Kept alive. Bonnie lays it right in.
Snares the offensive rebound and sends it home.
And so here is Dallas.
Don't
Here's
shoot
Carroll.
that.
Hits the quick shot. Here's San Antonio now. Here's Magician from short range. Carroll corrals the miss inside. 26 seconds left to the fourth.
Kevin, not much they can do right now. Time is not on their side.
To Humphreys. Connects. And so here is San Antonio. They have a 19-point lead. Magician. Carroll
Ain't no
gets the
fucking
board
way.
Well,
inside.
the defense put pressure on him, and frankly, he'll miss some of those even when he's wide open.
The Spurs walk away with a double-digit victory as they defeat the Mavericks 69-50. Tim Duncan is the Jordan Brand player of the game and some solid numbers.
He put in work on those boards, Kevin. Boxing out, rebounding outside of his area. He put forth the effort, and it paid dividends.
This nigga got a double-double?
Well, that's it for us. On behalf of Clark Kellogg, Cheryl Miller, and me, Kevin Harlan, thanks for tuning in to NBA Basketball on...
Don't worry. 5 more games. I had 17 points, 6 rebounds. Damn, I had more rebounds than I had assists. 2 turnovers. 8 for 17, 1 for 2. Then I know I had 2 fouls. 2 offensive rebounds. Then I had 5 defensive rebounds. Oh, no. 4 defensive rebounds. Because it's 2 offense. Yeah. Okay, cool. Can you believe this bitch? 13 points, 11 rebounds, 6 for 8. They made him player of the game. I don't appreciate that. I should have looked at Tony Parker bitch ass stats. But I don't care. I'm ready to get this season over with.
Well, let's go over the Sprite ice-cold keys to the game. Clark, right now let's take
Shut
a look at the
up.
Spurs.
You're not
What
talking
will be
about
the
me.
key
They
for
don't want
them?
to hear about it.
Barry Magician.
Rondo with it. They really needed more from him in that loss to Golden State. Here's Pierce. He's covered by Ginobili. On defense, Boston. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Warriors.
Who the hell is this?
Kevin, I thought they should have been able to get this
Is that
rather
Kyrie?
easy.
In the
The
match?
victory was right there. Instead, they handed one
Need to
over
put
in
the
a
names
really
back
close
on.
game.
Watch out,
Hamilton
what's
with
his
it
name?
after the miss by San Antonio. Garnett backs in. Here's Pierce. The shot is off. Now San Antonio the other way. They want to keep it rolling here following the
You were
win
bad,
against
Paul.
Dallas.
From distance, they shot it extremely well. They shot good in other areas, but really the advantage was from downtown behind the arc.
That's not something you'll see very often. Got the mid-range jumper he wanted, but off target.
Magician
Slow that shit
is
down.
whistled for reaching in. That's his
So I don't
first
care
foul
about
of the
the rest of
game.
the season, bro. Just don't let
Rondo
me
with
catch
it,
you on no
averaging
fucking fast
13
break,
points a
man.
contest.
Push you straight to the floor.
To Garnett. Perkins with it, Duncan on him. They couldn't beat the buzzer. That's a turnover.
Spurs ball.
And it's the Spurs with the ball. And they played the Celtics once earlier in the season.
This is a tremendous finish, Kevin. I think they were so pumped to still be in the game at the end of regulation. That just kind of sort of propelled them to the win. For me, Tim Duncan is one of the greatest power forwards to ever play the game. His efficiency and his skill level is what makes him one of the greats of all time. He's a guy that I think would have been an outstanding player even if he was only 6'5", because he can handle the ball, he can shoot it, he's got a tremendous IQ, and his footwork is fantastic. You hear me? Fantastic. 5-star footwork, and he's got all the shots with his back to the basket, and nobody shoots the 15 to 17-foot bank shot any better than Mr. Fundamental, Tim Duncan.
And it's the Celtics with the ball after the miss by San Antonio. Deflects the pass. The steal by the Spurs.
Look at that.
Magician from close range. Graceful
Had that not been
finish.
Tony Parker,
Passes
bro,
like
they
that
would
are
have
fun
passed
to
it right
watch.
to me.
Beautiful feed inside for the score. He placed it perfectly, Kevin.
Rondo. Great finish in traffic. Here's Parker. His last outing, he had 8 points. To number 7. To the paint. Here's Ginobili. Knocks down the trifecta.
This is called you must extend your defense, especially on the three-point marksman.
Here's Hamilton. Connects from in close.
Kick it to the right guy at the right time. That's a good pass.
San Antonio leading. Parker in the paint. Manu. Kendrick Perkins grabs the miss.
We've seen him make that mid-range shot, but just not often enough.
Here's Garnett. Nails the easy jumper.
His height is really an advantage on that medium-range jumper. He can just rise up and pop it right over the defenders and get a good shot every time.
Here's Parker, averaging 8 points a game.
What the
And it's
fuck?
over by San Antonio.
What was that? It was a normal
Let's take
pass.
a look at the Eastern Conference standings. Taking a look at Miami. They're in control of the #1 seed, looking to finish out the season strong. And of course, Boston, down 5 spots from them. So the Celtics call timeout. They're first. Who are the league's best setup artists? Let's check it out as you take a look at Rondo. 3rd in assists and a great leader.
Simply put, he is a superlative dime dropper. He wants to set his teammates up so they can score. As a matter of fact, he gets more enjoyment out of an assist than he does out of a basket for himself. That's the kind of leadership you like. A guy who wants to make other people look good by scoring the ball.
And here is Odom after the miss from Kevin Garnett. Perkins, it's parked down low and got hit with the 3-second call. Here's Parker. Tipped. Boston trails. Here's Rondo on the breakaway. Finishes with the soft touch.
Great D leads to easy offense.
Here's Parker. 32 seconds left in the first. Magician buries the short-range jumper. Rondo with it. To Pierce.
And you look at what they've done, or rather what they haven't done, it's hold on to the ball. They've had 4 turnovers already this quarter.
Rondo with it. From half court, here's Odom. What a buzzer beater.
That's simply a big-time shot right there, Kevin. To have that amount of concentration with the clock winding down is something special. A lot of players don't have it.
The Spurs with the slight lead.
They're getting the ball up the court quickly and scoring well in early offense. I like the way they're pushing the tempo. If I had to point out an area for improvement, it would be on the offensive glass. They need somebody to get in there, mix it up, and come away with a few extra possessions.
We've reached the end of the first, and it's a Ginobili with the ball. He has 5. Here's Parker. Gooden inside. He's against Garnett. Drops it in on the layup. He has 6.
That's a strong finish inside. That's where you want to work your magic, Kevin.
This Thursday, there's more hoops going on. It'll be Dwayne Wade and the Miami Heat. They'll be hosting the Orlando Magic. That one is set for 8 o'clock Eastern.
You know they're going to be
Ain't no
extra
fucking
hyped
way.
up for this one. You're right. Tough break there, Kev. He found
The
an
fact that they
opening
let
on the
them bitch
floor and
ass
got a
niggas
nice
get in
clear
front of
look.
me and stop
Just
me
didn't
from
convert.
getting my gather
Garnett.
step for that layup.
Fires from 14, and that one's good. Nice shot by the 16th-year veteran out of Arrogate Academy. To Gooden. Celtics on offense. Here's Pierce. And it's tied up. Getting interesting when Kevin Garnett and Ray Allen covered the Boston Celtics. And they say, maybe you two should be the captains. They said no. Paul Pierce has been here the longest.
Shut up.
Pierce is
Paul
the
Pierce
captain
and
of this
Kevin
team.
Garnett
Yeah, that speaks
podcasters
volumes
too.
to
Don't think I
who Paul
forgot.
Pierce
All
is
you
and what he's been, but also to those
podcasters
other guys as well.
on the list.
Pierce has just been such a steady, high-level player
Are you gonna
throughout
shoot
his
that?
career. One of the outstanding scorers, and maybe one of the best
But
clutch
you gonna
scorers.
shoot that
Top
bullshit?
4 or 5 clutch
That's
scorers
what,
in the NBA throughout his career. I mean, he's put together some fourth quarters. and some playoff numbers that rival some of the all-time greats.
The Celtics will keep possession. The Celtics changing it up. You look at Tony Parker, what a contribution.
Man, fuck
He's really
him,
doing
bro.
a great job of finding the open man, and he has his team working in harmony because of it. It's like he has a second set of eyes.
He is doing such a great job of distributing, Clark. How do you counteract that?
They need to put more
This
pressure on the
nigga
ball and to try to
has
force him
only
to
been
give it
on
up
the team
before he
for
gets
2
comfortable.
games.
6
Meat
seconds
riding.
to shoot.
Like,
Garnett with the
all that
fadeaway.
meat riding,
It's
bro,
rebounded
is-
by Jefferson.
I think the
It's kinda,
defense was
you know what I'm
crowding him a
saying?
little bit,
It's
threw him off
unnecessary.
some, so he had to fade just to get room to shoot, and then couldn't adjust. Fast break left the defense scrambling to react, and they couldn't get to him in time.
They've literally been on the game twice.
Here's Rondo.
Seen this nigga
Range it from
perform
short
one
range.
time and this time.
He has 6.
And y'all got
That's the
stuff
way to
to say about
manufacture
him.
a shot against the
Nobody
taller
will.
defender. Solid effort.
Nobody wants to hear it. Talk about me.
Here's Magician in close. The shot is off. And the Celtics go with it the other way. Rondo. Got a hand on it. Jefferson with the denial, and it's still a 1-point game. And coming up this Friday,
God, I couldn't
the
dribble.
Clippers on the road. And they'll take on the Los
I'm
Angeles
pretty sure my
Lakers.
shit is on
Tip-off
70.
time,
Like, I
7
don't
o'clock
understand.
Eastern.
They're a lot of fun to watch.
I don't know if it's my dribble
Still
ability
with the
or
ball.
my stamina, but
9
something
points
is
last game
bad.
out. Here's Magician. Kendrick Perkins grabs the miss.
We've seen some good scrambles for rebounds,
fuck?
and even a bit of a fight sometimes. That's just good play inside. Let's check this game close.
Like, I can see if I was holding
And so
the
here is San
analog
Antonio.
in that
They
direction, but I'm
trail by
holding it
3,
forward, so
and
I
it
don't
is a
get
fight,
it.
Clark. So far, these
I'm
teams
not
are
all
shooting
out.
down pretty evenly in every department, especially rebound.
Yeah, that's exactly right,
Positions
Kevin.
that's
I think the
clearly not
score
gonna get
shows
no
that.
steal.
It's indicative of how evenly matched
making
these
it
teams
look
are. We'll be watching out for who can
Look at
get
the
more
help.
down low. That
It
could
was
be
not
the
no fucking
And
bad.
it's the Celtics
Yeah.
with the ball. The Spurs missing that time. Stolen by
Ball don't
Jefferson.
lie, bro. Niggas just love helping.
Into Tim Duncan. Lays it in. Sweet time to lead into the rack. He has 6.
excellent anticipation there, Kev. He placed that pass perfectly.
Here's Griffith. Drains the open look. Manu. The shot, no good.
He hasn't been able to get on track here. Well, that was a closely contested first half.
Yeah, if the game keeps up like this, it could be a nail biter. And that concludes the first half. The score, 23-20. Let's now go to studio with a team. The start of the second half about to get underway. It's been a great game so far. A lot of action up and down the floor. This second half promises to be the same. The Celtics with the lead.
Barry Magician.
And here are the Celtics now. Here's Magician. Gets in close. Race
Good
will
job,
finish. 8 points for him.
No one really contested him at
Only
the
got 8
basket that
points in the
time,
third
Kevin.
quarter.
He's just too good in there to leave the door open to him.
Cheryl Miller had a chance to catch up with Doc Rivers earlier. Let's hear what he had to say.
Hey, Kev, they're going to get an easy win on this ticket unless we fix our biggest problem. The team needs to break the game down into quarters. The goal is to win each quarter individually and not worry about anything else. Now back to our play-by-play analysis.
What the
Kevin
fuck?
Thanks, Cheryl. Rondo with it, following the score by Kevin Garnett. From short range, gets the lay-in. Here's Parker. Right around, 3 minutes left in the third. Here's Magician. The shot is off, so Boston will take it the other way. Garnett in the post, working on Gooden. The jump hook, Rondo leads the game in assists. Here's Parker. dumps it off.
Come
Spurs give up possession.
on. Pissing me
Two
off,
shooters here.
bro.
Let's check out the league leaders.
Bro, these
You look at
dumbass
Duncan,
animations y'all
leading the
making
league in
me do,
field goal
bro. Like,
percentage.
it's
He
not
always
necessary.
gets good looks.
If somebody
Field goal
standing in
percentage
front
is
of you, why the
always
fuck
a
would you
function of
pass
the
out to
kinds
the
of
left?
shots you take.
Drop it down
And this
low.
guy
Like,
here, I tell you what, not only does he make a high
swear, bro,
percentage
since
of
Tony
shots,
Parker
but
came
he
back, bro,
takes good
I'm
shots on
not-
a regular basis.
I'm not playing the same, bro. I don't play right.
As the
coming off
playoffs
bench,
near, let's
bro.
take a
I'm
look at the
fucking
Western
bench
Conference
bro.
standings. Look at the
This shit
Lakers.
bogus
They're
as
looking to
fuck.
lock up the best
Swear to
record in the
God.
conference and a number
I'm
one
really on my
seed come
feelings about
playoff time.
this. You know how
And of
hard it
course
was
the
for me to become a
Spurs
starter?
way down below.
And then just like that, this nigga come back from injury and I'm back
Garnett
on
in
the
the
bench.
post.
Like,
Working on
I'm
Thompson.
not cool with that at all.
Shoots from the post. Nice cleanup by Miller.
He is so good on the offensive glass,
Who's
in
that?
part
Young
because he
15
assumes
man?
every shot is a miss. That's why he was ready for the tip in.
And so here
Who is this? Tell him get off of me.
They trail by 6. Rondo with it. He's got 10. 1:56 left in the third quarter. Pierce kept alive. Garnett inside. He's against Gooden. Garnett to the wing. To Pierce. Here's Garnett. Rolls in off the back iron. 10 points for him.
They say the mid-range game is becoming a lost art in the NBA, but you certainly couldn't tell it from watching that play. What a sweet stroke.
Here's Gooden.
Oh my God.
The Celtics with the ball. They're on a 10-2 run. Down low. Here's Pierce. Covered by Parker. And that one's good by Pierce.
Just put the ball in his
That probably
hands,
time out.
Kevin.
We already
And
could.
watch him go to work. He's going to make something good happen.
And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game. And it's going to be a good weekend starting Saturday. It'll be Hasheem Thabit and the Memphis Grizzlies as they head into Denver to challenge the Nuggets. It all gets
Basking my
underway at
glory
7 o'clock
or
Eastern.
burning my light.
think it'll be
'cause it was
fun.
a little too bright.
And here we go with Rajon Rondo. To Odom. Duncan is there. Rondo. The pick hits the bucket. 12 points for him.
Nice screen to set up the J. Excellent offensive execution right there.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Into Tim Duncan. Person. Nets it from the wing. And they cut it to 6.
He drew the D in and then kicked it out to the open man.
Here comes Rajon Rondo. He's got 12. Here's Rondo. Laid in with the D draped all over him.
Right now, he's being extremely active on offense for him this quarter. He's perfect from the field.
Here's Parker. Misses the buzzer beater. We've reached the end of the third, and it's been an exciting game. The score, 41-33. Rajon Rondo. All right, the fourth quarter should begin momentarily. Here's Parker. To the minute. Fires top of the key. Snatched up. Manu can't connect from the wing.
That's really not the kind of performance that his team needs from him here in this quarter.
Here's Rondo.
We just
Lays
suck
it
in the road
right in.
games.
Sweet touch by the fifth-year veteran out of Kentucky. Here comes Parker. Here's Magician. Connects from in close.
That's exactly the way you practice it. Hit the open man for the great look.
And here are the Celtics now. Perkins. It's hauled in by Ginobili. San Antonio trailing here. Here's Magician. Nails it from close range.
It's easy work.
Rondo with it. 16 points for him. Perkins inside. Jefferson on him. From down low. Perkins with the bucket.
Oh, that was a surprisingly good move there in the post. I think he surprised the defense a bit with that move.
Here's Parker. Screen by Duncan. Jefferson's shot is off. The Celtics with the lead. Here's Pierce. It's a little short, but gets the friendly roll.
Great assist on that basket. He's seeing the floor well, and he's making some beautiful passes.
Magician, Pierce covering. Lets it go from the wing. It's rebounded by Kevin Garnett. And here's Boston. It's a 10-point game. The alley-oop.
Did that nigga throw that shit off the
Perkins with the
backboard? Oh no, okay. Timmy hit it. Timmy hit it. I was about to say, I know this nigga did not throw some park recreational highlight reel alley-oop. Yeah, it got touched. Okay.
These guys are putting on a clinic.
They still cleaned it up and scored, which is embarrassing. It's embarrassing for them. I don't know what to represent this team.
Manu, let's go with the three. And that one's good. He's shooting 50% from downtown. The Celtics should slow it down here and use some clock. Pierce cleans it.
This game is
Three-point line.
He can't be stopped. He's having a party out there.
Here's Parker. He's covered by Rondo. Ginobili. From inside.
He's been extremely active out there. And he has the stats to prove it. Terrific hustle.
Rondo with it. 16 points for him. Here's Pierce. It's Rip Hamilton on the wing.
He's had an off game thus far, but his team has been able to pick up the slack and find a way to get it done here.
Here's Jefferson. Can't hit, so Boston will take it the other way.
He's usually automatic from that close. The defense must have affected him.
To Garnett. Duncan is there. Fades back. Good. They're in front, 53-42.
Stop calling timeout. We're cooked. I already told y'all that. And get that ugly ass nigga off my screen.
And so here is San Antonio. 11-point game. Kendrick
I'm a
Perkins
bust.
the miss.
Couldn't can it that time. If you keep taking it to the rack like that, good things will happen.
All my morale has
Talk
been
about where
depleted.
Paul Pierce places himself in the fabric of the Boston Celtics. That rich history. Is he one of the 5 greatest Celtics ever?
In my opinion, yes, no doubt. He's got a championship ring. He's been he's been a significant, integral part of a championship team. And throughout his career,
This
at
nigga
some
got like
point
5
you have
points
to
and he
value
changed
what
MVP.
players have done individually. I know titles make a difference in evaluating players, but when a guy produces at the level that Paul Pierce has produced at, then he clearly has a place amongst the all-time greats, even in the storied history of the Boston Celtics when you look at his career numbers.
Nice shot by Hamilton.
I think they feel just not enough time left to mount a comeback.
Here's Ginobili. No luck on the three-point attempt. The Celtics bring it up. They're on a 14-5 run. The Celtics can just dribble out the clock to end the game.
Man, what the fuck? Fuck this game. Put me back at a C, bro. Fuck y'all.
The Celtics walk away with a double-digit victory as they defeat the Spurs 57-42. 4 hits.
Fuck this team, bro.
And that
I
about
will
wraps it up
never,
for Clark Kellogg,
ever
Shura Miller, and me,
play
Kevin
for
Harlan.
this
Thanks for
team
watching the
again
NBA present.
unless I get drafted here. And then I will look for an immediate trade the second I get it. I will never want to play here again, bro. 8 for 19. 3 points. 1 for 3. Yeah, I think it's really ass. And we all get 18 minutes. That's what's crazy. All right, that was 2 games, right? And 1 more. Yeah. Where it all started. I'm gonna say this. I started a game against the Hawks. Let's see. I do not see them. That's where it started. Oh, here they go, right here. February. This one I started. What's that? 1, 2, 3, 4. About 5 months. And I only got it for like a full month. All right, let's get to this next game.
And now, time for the Sprite ice-cold keys to the game. And Clark, what's going to be the key for the Hawks?
Well, if they can force a bad game out of Tim Duncan, they'll really help their chances. He's got the top field goal percentage in the league, and for good reason. He's a terrific finisher around the basket, uses both hands effectively, and understands how to take advantage of angles.
And as for San Antonio, Clark, how about them? What do they need to do to secure a win?
He's explosive whether he starts or comes off the bench. Manu Ginobili, a very well-versed offensive player.
You bring up a great point. A lot of guys couldn't handle him. They're going to start him, they're going to come off the bench. This guy has managed it very well.
He has, because he can drive it and get to the foul line, and he also can make threes, and he's not
What's on
afraid
my
of the
phone?
big shot.
Oh, this should be fun.
Ass.
Al Horford. 9 points last game. Johnson backs in. Tim Duncan with the rebound. And so here is San Antonio. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with Boston.
I didn't think we saw a real strong outing defensively from them, Kevin. And very few teams can get away with winning, maybe a handful of games, if that, relying solely on their offense.
Here's Bibby following the basket by Tim Duncan. Picked by Horford. The handoff to Horford. To Horford. Takes it up. Lays it in. Sweet dime to lead into the rack.
One of the things all coaches love to have in players is winning championship pedigree. Al Horford is a 2-time NCAA champion with Florida. Won back-to-back titles in 2006 and 7, and he was right in the middle of it, doing what he does, being physical, being strong, being a leader.
Come
I think he's the heart
on.
and soul of those Florida teams because of his presence and his personality. And even though he's a young player, he's actually established that kind of a role with the Atlanta Hawks. He's a guy they count on and depend on for close to a double-double in production and also for leadership.
And here is Jefferson following the basket by Al Horford. Over Smith. Jefferson's shot is off.
With that, they find themselves missing on 4 of their first 5 shot attempts. That's not a good start. Actually, it's a bad start for them.
Here's Bibby. 11-point game his last outing. Here's Johnson on the mark from 16 feet out.
Bibby.
Here's Parker. 2:28 left in the first. Stolen away. The Hawks
Swear to
leading.
God, I'm so over this.
Johnson.
Not being able to dribble shit.
Nails the easy jumper.
Kicked it to the right guy at the right time. That's a good pass.
Here's
This was the
Parker.
wrong year to play shooting
Averaging
guard.
6 points per contest.
I be getting
The dump off
torched.
to number
It's
7.
really bugging me because I'm a bum.
Leads him in. Jefferson gently drops it in.
No one really can test him at the
but I'm like
basket
bigger than
that time,
something,
Kevin.
so I'm
He's
a
just too good in there to
66.
leave the door open for him.
I'm really a 6.
Here's Bibby, averaging 13 points a contest.
Oh my God, I'm a 66, y'all. I be getting exposed.
Into Smith. Gets in close. Graceful finish.
They're really giving them all they can
I don't know
handle
what I
here. The
did
defense is
to
having a
deserve
hard time keeping up.
And San Antonio calls the first time out of the game.
It's not there. Why am I a
Here's Parker. 1:34 left in the first quarter.
That's why I really don't be trying to get mad, because it's like,
From close range, finishes with the soft touch.
That's a strong finish inside. That's where you want to work your magic, Kevin.
I be
Here
more
comes Bibby.
shocked.
And now the first
That I be
timeout
making
called
shit.
here for the Hawks.
I just-
Defeated by the Bobcats in their last game, they'll try to put that one
Talking
behind them.
shit.
There was a lot of
That's
energy
what
being
you're supposed to
expended on the court. That's a really tough loss, a hard
But I
loss. Just
genuinely
not
be
enough to come out on
surprised that
top
I'm
after
making most
overtime.
of the shit that I made.
Here's Bibby
Considering
on the
my
paint.
overall.
Almost a three-point opportunity. Instead, he'll go to the line for 2. That one on Jefferson.
But then it'd be like, I'd be in a rhythm for
Can't
a
sink the
while
first.
to where it's like
Kevin,
when I
I tell you
start
what, there
missing
is
or when
no
stuff
better
start
athlete in the
not
NBA
going my
than Josh
way,
Smith.
it'd be
Certainly
like
none more
really
explosive.
bothering me. 'cause
This
it's
kid
like,
can
I was
bounce
just doing
like
so
you
good.
can't
What
believe.
happened?
But you know what? In addition
But
to those
that
physical
potential peak,
attributes, that
and
jumping
now he
ability
playing
and his
back
length
like
and
the regular
athleticism,
66.
this guy's starting to round into a guy who's thinking the game,
Oh my
understanding,
God.
and
The
playing it at a
realization
nice
is
pace.
funny as
He's
fuck
blocking
every time.
shots. He's not getting in as much early foul trouble. His decision-making has become
what I
better
do.
at the
All right, y'all,
offensive
I'm over
end.
this shit. I'm about
That's
to
a
get off.
sign of a guy who wants to become great.
And so here is San Antonio following the miss by Tony
Look,
Parker.
That's that 66, y'all.
45 seconds left in the first. Here's Ilgauskas. Hits. Nice pass leading into the bucket.
Excellent anticipation there, Kev. He placed that pass perfect.
San
But guess
Antonio
what?
calls
I don't got
timeout
time for
and
her.
against Atlanta here for the
Not
second
over my
time
damn
this
video
season.
games.
Last time, Kevin, you'll remember they took the loss. Just could not match the energy and production off the bench.
And it's the Spurs with the ball. They trail by 7. Here's Magician. The rebound by Ilgauskas. So they'll likely be making Clark adjustments, knowing that the bench is going to come into play.
They don't want
Which
to get
I am
buried
the
under
bench.
that energy when the fresh legs
Look
come
at
off the
this.
bench. They might be limiting the minutes of the starters a bit so they don't run themselves ragged chasing after that bench shift.
There's a lot going on.
A bunch going on.
ISO Joe.
The Hawks have taken the early lead.
They've had terrific ball movement. They're keeping their heads up and passing up good shots to get great shots.
Worth All right, the first quarter had a lot of good action. I think we'll be in for some more here in the second. And so here is San Antonio. It's a 5-point game. And looking forward to this Saturday, it'll be Carmelo Anthony and the Denver Nuggets taking on the Memphis Grizzlies who come to town. The game gets going at 7 o'clock Eastern.
They're a lot of fun to watch right now.
You're right. And so here is Atlanta after the miss by San Antonio. Bib tipped. And we're going the other way. Nice play by Gooden. Here's Magician. Connects from in close. Here's Bibby. High post. Swing pass. 6 seconds to shoot. To Bibby. Here's Evans with 1 on the clock. Thompson snatches it inside.
Well, the defense put pressure on him, and frankly, He'll miss some of those even when he's wide open.
On defense, the Hawks. 3-point lead. Duncan inside. Goes up against Pachulia.
What a nice move down there. With his excellent post game, he makes scoring look so easy and close.
Here's Bibby. Here's Ilgauskas. He's against Gooden. Johnson. The shot is off. Now San Antonio the other way. They'll be playing host to Portland for their next game. They'll find themselves in the middle of this string of 3 straight at home. Gooden connects on the baseline jumper. Nice bucket by the 9th-year veteran out of Kansas.
His height is really an advantage on that medium-range jumper. He can just rise up and pop it right over the defenders and get a good shot every time.
Stolen by Francis. Here's Magician from short range. Graceful finish.
Basket my
He's got
glory.
6.
Boy, what a significant turnaround here in the second quarter after only making 40% from the field in the first.
Atlanta calls timeout. While we have a break in the action, now let's check out the league's best shooting teams. Take a look at the Spurs, the most efficient team in the NBA in terms of scoring.
With all of the great shooters they have, it's almost easy to think that they would shoot a high percentage. But there's some other factors at play here.
And here is Williams. This game he had 10 points, and the shot is good from Johnson.
That's exactly what coaches love to see. Good execution on the inbounds play.
And it's the Spurs with the ball, trailing by 5. Here's Bibby. 1:16 left in the second. And looking forward to this Saturday, we'll see Devin Harris and the New Jersey Nets as they face the Miami Heat at the American Airlines Arena. That'll be a 7 o'clock tip-off.
I think it'll be fun. Really not enough defensive pressure there to force that miss. He's got to be disappointed.
It's
Oh my
stolen by
fucking
Smith.
God.
The Hawks leading.
Cannot be great with people like this on my team.
Cuts off the pass.
Like this
Not the right time to throw that entry pass there, Kevin.
Here's Ginobili. Finished off the break. And here's Johnson. He saw him with 29 points last game. Smith with it. Jefferson on him. His first shot of the game. Nice shot by Smith.
Watching the team shoot this well is fun for some fans watching at home, but it's no picnic for the guy who's coaching the defense. I mean, he's really upset with how his team is not giving the effort at that end of the floor. But simply put, that's just bad defense.
And here is Jefferson. He's got 6. The steal
No
by
fucking
Johnson.
way.
He got caught napping. You've got to pay attention and protect
Come
the
on,
ball.
bro. That's another thing I can't stand, bro.
Here's
How do I
Ilgauskas.
smack the ball out their hand back into their
Can't
fucking
get
hands?
the
Like,
buzzer beater.
what?
This has been
That's
a
not a
fast-paced
steal.
game, Kevin.
Yeah, both teams are lighting up the scoreboard. And that concludes the first half. The score, 25-22. Well, it's time for our T-Mobile half.
Fuck him.
Welcome, everyone. The second half of this 2K Sports NBA presentation getting underway. We've got quite a battle going on in this one.
We'll be back on the court.
Here's Parker. And it's the Spurs with the ball. It's a 3-point game. Jefferson on top. From inside. Lays it right in. He's got 8.
Yeah, both teams have ramped it up here in the second half.
Throws it up for the alley-oop. And it's Smith missing.
Oh, nice idea there. I think he lost his grip at the finish.
Magician.
Oh my God.
A tight game here in San Antonio.
Come here, bitch.
Bib to the paint.
Nah, give it back to Joe.
Flushes it with the one-handed jam.
He's been extremely active out there, and he has the stats to prove it. Terrific hustle.
To Jefferson. Perimeter. Here's Ginobili. Can't tie up the score.
Tough break there, Kev. He found an opening on the floor and got a nice clear look. Just didn't convert.
Trying to convert on the alley-oop, but snatched away. Here's Magician, finished off the break. He's got 10.
It's a great look ahead up court to set up the easy, fast break finish.
And here we go with Joe Johnson. He's got 12. Time call here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. Now we get a chance to check out the seeding out west. 4 games left in the schedule here. Take a look at the Lakers. They're in control of the #1 seed, looking to finish out the season strong. And of course, San Antonio, not really any threat right now. San Antonio on D. They trail by 1. Reynolds hits the quick shot.
Defense was
You're not
slow
even
to
a
set
real
up
person.
there, and
Look
as
at
a
this
result, got
bitch.
burned.
From
San
the
Antonio
sideline,
trailing
like,
here.
yeah, keep giving that nigga work. Fuck him. Look at him. He just got exposed. Now you next.
The handoff
You get
to
on the
number
court, nigga,
7.
and do you the same way.
Cams the shot. He's got 12. Here's Bibby.
Point to my loyal bagites.
1:41
The
left in the third.
Stands.
To Ilgauskas. Bibby to Reynolds. Yes, and the foul.
Everything is my fault. Everything I do is negative. You can't do
Good
nothing
for the
positive.
3-point play. Here's
Nobody see me
Parker.
in positive light. Look at this bullshit. We are doubling me for. I am a 66 overall.
Yeah, Kevin, his normally excellent field goal percentage, one of the keys to the game.
And y'all have the
No
lead.
such luck. He's struggling big time.
And so here is San Antonio after the miss by Atlanta. Here's Magician inside. Lays it right in. 14 points for
Silent
him.
deputy.
Speed is only part of the equation here. He's not blinding quick, but he was determined to take that one to the rim.
Smith with it. He's got 7. And the best is good.
Ain't no way.
Here's Parker. 4-point game.
Come on, bro. I'm gonna drop that fire. Nobody. Go ahead.
Otto Ginobili on the wing. Magician hands it from in close.
That's unselfish team basketball right there, Kevin.
The Hawks still holding on to a small lead.
It's anyone's game right now, partner. Every possession is critical.
Here's Bibby. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Smith. Kept alive. Reynolds on the inside. Swing pass. Here's Smith. What a buzzer beater.
That's simply a big-time shot right there, Kevin. To have that amount of concentration with the clock winding down is something special. A lot of play.
Fuck him. Talk about me.
Welcome back to what's been a fantastic game. Closely contested by 2 teams. Obviously want to win it very badly as we begin play in this much-anticipated 4th quarter. Here's Bibby. To Johnson. Fires from the elbow. Knocks it down from the elbow. Sweet touch by the 10th-year veteran out of Arkansas. Here comes Parker. Magician, who's guarded by Johnson. Hit the fadeaway. Al Horford with the rebound.
They're putting bodies on bodies and cleaning up the misses.
Yeah, they're winning definitely the inside matchup right now. And here is Johnson. He's got 14. Williams buries the short-range jumper. And as we were saying, they're doing a great job blocking out there.
You know, Kevin, rebounding is a lot about blocking out and positioning, but it's also about timing and pursuing the ball. And you've got to do all of those things in order to come up with rebounds.
That's a good point. Here's Jefferson, scooped up. Here's Magician, putting out the offensive rebound.
Snares the offensive rebound and sends it home.
Horford leads him with the pass. Johnson, great finish in traffic.
He's got a sky-high field goal percentage, and that's because he's been working to get good looks.
Otto Ginobili on the wing. Into Tim Duncan. Pops it in on the layup. 20 points for him.
Well, both teams have been rolling. The fans love this kind of game.
Horford was parked down low and got hit with the 3-second call. A moment to check out some results from around the league yesterday. Out in New Jersey, the Nets pick up a win. The New York Knicks going down. Houston with the road win as the Lakers lose in Los Angeles. A road win for the Charlotte Hornets. The Atlanta Hawks losing at Phillips Arena. And back to the game we go. Here's Bibby after the basket by San Antonio. To Williams. Hooked away.
They still have the lead, but they really need to collect themselves and start taking care of the ball.
And so here is Atlanta. The lead is 2.
You have to play smart with the ball in your hand.
And it does
All the way
look
to
like
deep.
turnovers will be a theme.
Bitch.
Without question, Kevin. Let's see if they can squeeze these horns and hold it together. They've got to do a much better job of taking care of the ball.
Here's Bibby after the made shot from Manu Ginobili. Atlanta calls timeout. Let's quickly go down to Cheryl Miller, who spoke with Coach Greg Popovich just moments ago.
Hey guys, watch them the post up on who thinks they can take advantage down there. Guys,
All right, thanks, Cheryl. Blocked.
Both teams really matching up well on the board. We got ourselves a pretty good game here. What down below? Run for cover, young fella.
Here's Bibby, and it's a 2-point game. Going inside. Screen by Smith. Horford is camped in the lane, and he gets the 3-second call. And so here is San Antonio. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. Duncan down low, working on Horford. And I agree, not only matching up off the glass, but in scoring as well.
Yeah, and sometimes it really comes down to maybe 3 or 4 possessions, a couple of... A monster throwdown. Wow. Boom. The vertical game is in full effect. Look out below.
Ginobili with the ball. He's got 8 inside. Here's Jefferson. The rebound by Johnson.
Shocking how wide open he was. Even more shocking that he couldn't sink it.
Screen by Smith. Bibby. And that one's good.
Big time basket in the clutch, Kevin.
And it's the Spurs with the ball. A 2-point game. Less than 1 minute left. Dumps it off. Here's Jefferson. Frames the easy jumper.
As if there was any question, Kev. He's just not fazed by the pressure. He stays focused and always makes big plays.
Here's Bibby to Johnson. Off the inbound. Flies in for the layup.
He's not normally a prolific scorer, but he's giving them a big lift in this one.
Here's Parker. Magician. Kisses it off the glass and in.
You can't allow him to establish deep position like that. Once he gets it in that close, he's almost unstoppable.
By Parker.
Goodness, tenacious D, and that's a big-time play.
It's
Come on, man.
The Hawks
You Lillard
call
in me?
timeout here.
Hey,
They'll
hey,
take their
hey,
last
if you Lillard in
20-second
me,
timeout.
you ain't
They're
stopping
behind
me.
by 2. 7 seconds left to the fourth. Mark, what are your thoughts?
Talk about a really big possession. This is it. They've got to score here. They need a basket. Don't worry about the clock at this point. Make sure you get a high-quality shot and knock it down.
Here's Williams.
Oh, my God.
Oh, heartbreak. Oh, nothing there. And he
Hey,
couldn't
game-winning
knock it down.
basket.
The Spurs in the hard-fought game as they outlast the Hawks 56-54. For his solid performance, Magician is the Jordan Brand Player of the Game.
Well, Kevin, the name of the game is still scoring. And anytime you score that many points, you're giving a big boost to your team.
Well, that's it for us. On behalf of Clark Kellogg, Cheryl Miller, and me, Kevin Harlan, thanks for tuning in to NBA Basketball on 2K Sports.
Last time he had like 28. Bop that ass. 24. 12 for 19. 3 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal, 2 turnovers, 1 offensive rebound. 12 points, 8 points, 2 points, 1 for 4. Yeah, this nigga's ass, bro. 5 assists. Whoop-de-doo. I got 4. Congratulations. Like, you're not good. I don't understand why I lost my starting role to this loser. I digress. Teabags, if you made it this far to the end of the video, much love, much respect, much appreciation. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to like, you ain't got to share, you ain't got to subscribe, you ain't got to do none of that. You know what I'm saying? That's not what I do it for. I do it so I can let y'all know at the end of the video each and every time to keep it crispy. You know what I'm saying? That's all I want. You know what I'm saying? I just want to let the people know that, you know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing too much to worry about out there. You know what I'm saying? As long as you keep it crispy, everything could be cool. You know what I'm saying? No matter what it is you out there looking for. You know what I'm saying? Just stay crispy. It'll all work itself out. Till next time, keep it crispy. You know what I'm saying? Hey, 1.